Welcome back, focused learners, to another explainer. Today, we've got a really clear mission. We're going to demystify SAP's complex web of modules. If you've ever looked at SAP and felt like you were just staring at a massive bowl of alphabet soup, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going way beyond the basics to decode the underlying architecture and really give you a deep, lasting understanding of how this massive system truly operates.
Okay, let's dive right into this agenda. First, the SAP city analogy. 2, finance, control, and people. 3, making and moving products. 4, the future of SAP. 5, the ecosystem in action. And finally, 6, choosing your career path. Imagine you own a massive company. Every single day, you've got customers placing orders, employees expecting their salaries, raw materials arriving at warehouses, products being built, invoices generating, and suppliers needing to be paid. Now, how do you manage all of that without using separate, chaotic software? I mean, imagine the warehouse software crashing right when payroll is trying to run. It'd be absolute chaos, right? Incredibly slow, wildly confusing, and frankly, full of expensive mistakes. You absolutely need a unified solution. Which brings us to Section 1, the SAP city analogy. Think of SAP not as one giant clunky application, but as a modern, highly efficient city. A thriving city has different districts, right? Hospitals for healthcare, schools for education, banks for finance. Each one handles a very specific, specialized responsibility, but they all share the exact same roads and utilities to keep the whole city running smoothly. Well, SAP works exactly the same way. It separates vital business processes into powerful, scalable districts that we call modules. Each module specializes in one area, like finance or manufacturing, while instantly sharing information with the rest of the system through a centralized database. It essentially acts as one unified, intelligent brain capable of processing millions of transactions in mere milliseconds. Section 2, Finance, Control, and People. And this brilliantly illustrates one of the most common points of confusion for beginners, the fundamental difference between SAP FI and SAP CO. On the left, we've got SAP FI, which stands for Financial Accounting. This is your external face. It handles the general ledger, accounts payable, taxes, and financial statements. So whenever revenue or expenses are officially recorded for the outside world, FI is at work. But on the right, we have SAP CO, or Controlling. This is entirely for internal business decisions. CO answers those tough internal management questions like which department is spending the most, or exactly how much does it cost to manufacture this specific product. So just remember, FI is exclusively for external reporting, while CO helps internal management dial in and improve profitability. Of course, no company functions without its employees, right? They're the true backbone of any business. And this is where SAP SuccessFactors comes in. It serves as the ultimate HR headquarters in our SAP city. It's a cloud-based human capital management solution that oversees the entire employee lifecycle, from recruitment and daily payroll all the way to performance reviews, training, and tracking leave management. Think about it. When a factory manager approves a worker's vacation time right from their smartphone, that's SuccessFactors in action, seamlessly ensuring the people powering the business are fully supported. Moving on to Section 3, Making and Moving Products. Now, what's really interesting about these operational modules is how these 3 critical acronyms form the complete life cycle of a physical product. First up, SAP MM, or Materials Management. Before a factory can build a laptop, they actually have to purchase processors and screens. MM manages those suppliers, the purchasing, and the raw inventory. Next is SAP PP, Production Planning. Once those materials arrive, PP kicks in to actively schedule the manufacturing machines and allocate the factory workers to actually build the product. And finally, SAP SD, Sales and Distribution. When a customer actually wants to buy that finished laptop, SD manages the customer order, handles the pricing, and takes care of the final billing. So to recap, MM gets the raw materials, PP builds the product, and SD sells it to the customer.
But hey, the operational magic doesn't stop at the factory door. Enter the heavy lifters of logistics and procurement. First, we have SAP EWM, or Extended Warehouse Management. This handles massive storage centers, tracking the picking, packing, and barcode scanning of every single box. Then, SAP TM, Transportation Management, takes over to physically get that box to the buyer. It plans delivery routes, estimates freight costs, and optimizes global shipments. And sitting above a lot of this purchasing activity is SAP Ariba. This is an incredibly smart digital network, which astonishingly handles trillions of dollars in global commerce every year. and it connects buyers and suppliers worldwide to seamlessly negotiate contracts and streamline procurement.
Section 4. The future of SAP. Let's look closely at where the industry is heading right now. First up is SAP BTP, the business technology platform. This is absolutely one of the fastest growing tech areas in the entire ecosystem. It allows companies to build custom applications and automate workflows without actually modifying the underlying core SAP code. It keeps the main system clean while aggressively expanding its capabilities. And right alongside it, we've got SAP AI and the Joule AI Assistant. Artificial intelligence is completely transforming enterprise software. SAP now integrates predictive analytics and generative AI right into the workflow, anticipating demand and automating complex business processes effortlessly.
Section 5. The ecosystem in action.
Let's move to and see how this all builds together perfectly. We're going to synthesize everything by tracing a single real-world scenario, a laptop order. This is where you really get that aha moment of deep understanding. Step 1. A customer clicks buy on a laptop. Instantly, SAP SD generates that sales order. Step 2. In the very same millisecond, the system pings SAP MM to verify if the required screens and batteries are sitting in the warehouse. Step 3. Realizing we need to build more, SAP PP automatically triggers and schedules the manufacturing process on the factory floor. There are no manual emails, no phone calls. These modules are constantly, instantly talking to one another through that centralized database. And the journey continues seamlessly. Step 4. Once it's built, the laptop is boxed and scanned in the warehouse by SAP EWM. Step 5. Without missing a single beat, SAP TM maps out the most efficient delivery route and dispatches a shipping carrier. Step 6. Finally, SAP FI generates the customer's invoice, and SAP CO immediately records exactly how much profit we made on that specific laptop. There is absolutely zero manual data entry between these steps. And in the background of this entire process, well, SuccessFactors was managing the payroll of the factory workers, BTP was seamlessly integrating external cloud apps to track the package, and AI was quietly predicting if we need to order more batteries for next month. It all happens in one continuously connected ecosystem. Section 6. Choosing your career path. So, the crucial point here is that you don't need to learn every single part of the city to be successful. You just need to find your specialized district. If you have a background in finance or accounting, naturally, SAP FI and CO are your perfect targets. If you love the logistics of the supply chain, you're going to want to dive deep into MM or transportation management. If you lean more towards sales or manufacturing, SD and PP are waiting for you. Warehouse or HR professionals can master EWM or SuccessFactors. And hey, if you're a tech enthusiast interested in programming, cloud, or AI, your playground is ABAP, BTP, and SAP AI. The key takeaway here is pretty simple. There is no single best module. Each serves entirely different business needs and career paths. Today, you've learned that SAP is not just one simple application. It's a robust, incredibly complete ecosystem of specialized tools designed to manage every possible aspect of a business. Understanding not just what one module does, but gaining a real, deep understanding of how they all powerfully interact with each other without manual intervention, well, that is the single biggest step toward becoming a true expert in this field. Which leaves us with this final thought. As we prepare to trace a full, comprehensive order-to-cash, or O2C process in our next explainer, I really want you to ask yourself, which of these SAP districts will you choose to master first? Will you be the one balancing the books in FI, optimizing shipping and TM, or automating the future with BTP? The entire city is open to you. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to connect the dots even further with you next time. Keep exploring and keep learning.